Kenneth, I bow to you, my friend. Thank you. That was, I got it. I really needed that too. Well, as many of you have observed, Reverend Temple and myself have different styles, if you will. I like to use my notes, and I am in awe of how she is able to do a whole sermon without looking at one note. I am in awe of that. There's a couple of reasons why I use my notes. And one of the reasons is because sometimes, I can get off track and then it's like, what was I talking about? And then I'd have to kind of regroup. So notes are good. Another reason being is that a dear friend of mine many years ago, he said, Cathy, always use your notes, and I'll tell you why. So one time he was giving his talk, no notes, and he was maybe about 5 minutes into his talk, and a latecomer, new person, comes in, beautiful woman, low-cut dress. She drops her bulletin on the ground, bends down. Some things kind of were in view for him. He said it was the shortest sermon he ever gave. He forgot everything he was going to talk about. So I love my notes. I do. So that being said, this morning, I usually on Sundays I get up around 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's my time to do my prayer, my meditation. And then I like to kind of edit my talks, go over it a little bit, see if there's anything I just need to redo. However, this morning, my computer decided to do a 12-hour update, and my notes were not available. So I had to kind of rewrite them in my notebook here today. So all I got to say is I'm going to wing it. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Let's see what happens. But you are in for a treat, because today marks the beginning of a 7-part series that we are calling 40 Days to Wealth, Wisdom, and Well-Being. And we're starting this now because this coming Wednesday is Ash Wednesday, and it's the beginning of the Lenten season. And what that usually means is that you give up, you give something up, you fast or you give something up. My darling Catholics in here are familiar with that tradition. How many Catholics do we have? Oh my goodness, we have a lot. All right, well, for those of you that don't know, on Wednesday, some of them might be walking around with this little black mark on their forehead, and that means that they went to their Mass to celebrate the Lenten season. And we're doing it unity style, if you will, so we're beginning it today. And if you commit to these next 40 days, you will improve in all areas of your life. Now, most people might have the idea that they are maybe imperfect in some ways. Maybe they feel they're imperfect with their finances or their relationships, or maybe they feel that they're imperfect with their finances. And so what we're saying is that you are already perfect. There's no place within you. You come fully equipped. You are already you are already perfect. You are a being that has absolutely no limitations, except for the ones that you hold on to, right? The ones that you hold on to are the limitations that you have. So once you participate in these next 40 days, you'll start to experience great happiness. You'll start to experience great health, love, success in all areas of your life. And you will learn how to reach the state of utter calm. How many of you would like utter calm? Yes. Oh, all the Catholics and more. You will also learn how to maneuver situations with greater ease. These principles that you are going to be learning is not about fixing anything, but it's about transcending. You're going to learn to shift from one way of being into a higher way of being. Now, each Sunday develops a solid foundation for the following Sunday. So we're going to build one Sunday after another. So you got to make sure to come every Sunday. Really, you are in for a treat because these principles have the power to transform every area of your life. Now, I want to talk about the number 40 and why the number 40 is used during this time. 40 is very significant. It's a significant number in the Old and New Testaments, as well as Buddhism and in Judaism. So Jesus' 40 days in the wilderness, Elijah's fast for 40 days, Noah's great flood, 40 days, 40 nights. Moses and his gang went through the desert for 40 years, oy vey. Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree for 40 days. Our Jewish friends in here, you know that there's a deep Jewish mystical teaching, the Kabbalah, that can only be studied at the age of 40 or when you turn 40. The number 40 is a symbol of a firm foundation, a foundation from which something to grow out of. You want something strong to grow from. It is also significant for spiritual purification and spiritual triumph. So therefore, we as a group are embarking on 40 days of renewal and of spiritual consciousness. So we're going to begin this 40 days with a poem that came from the 1700s. And if I had my original notes here, I'd let you know who wrote this poem, but I remembered it. And this is what it says. What if while you slept is called. What if while you slept you had a dream, and in that dream you were in heaven. And while you were in heaven, there was a very beautiful, rare flower. And in your dream, you picked that flower. And when you awoke, you had that flower in your hand. What then? The poet asks. Well, I had something actually very similar. A number of years ago, I had this dream where I was driving down the road, and there was this little mouse that jumped up on the passenger seat. And then the mouse was a passenger, and it jumped on me. And in my dream, I'm like, I'm just screaming my head off. Well, I woke up from the dream. I tell my darling Steve, my husband, I had this dream and told him all about it. So that day, that was on a Saturday or Sunday morning, and Sunday, go to church. This is real time now. I'm driving back home. I'm about a block away from home. Sure enough, a mouse jumps up on the passenger seat, gives me this look like I'm about ready to jump on you. And just like my dream, I'm a block away. I only can imagine what people around me were thinking, because I was screaming my head off. I'm in front of the house, run into the house. Steve's talking to his mom on the phone. Now, I didn't want to just burst out. But I got all kind of nasally. I noticed that it was almost like I couldn't talk, and I said, "There's a mouse in my car." And he's like, "There's a mouse in my car." So he hangs up, goes out, gets the mouse out of the car. Well, freaked me out. I gotta tell you. So I call my friend Michael Lennox. I don't know if you know him, Dr. Michael Lennox. He's a dream expert. And I said, This is what happened. And he had something very interesting. He said, I have only encountered a few people who can bring one dimension into the world of physical reality. That really freaked me out. What? Which has been now the study of dimensions, the study of physics now, the study of quantum physics, the study of spirituality within those things has been a great passion of mine. I don't know if any of you have noticed, but sometimes we have to play the Twilight Zone music because it's like Cathy has gone way over here. And I have literally volumes of books, of notes that I have taken just on this subject. So I love what I'm about ready to tell you. Today we're going to be, well, first of all, do me a favor. Go like this. Put on your seatbelt. We're about ready to go for a ride. I want to introduce to you the idea of quantum jumping. In Unity, we believe that we have the power of the imagination as an aspect of God, and that this is a great gift that each one of us possess, where we can use the imagination to create exactly what we want. Quantum jumping is your imagination on crack, if you will. It supercharges your visualization process. So let me just give you an example. And we're going to use Charles Fillmore as an example. Charles Fillmore, if you don't know, he was our co-founder. And when he was 10 years of age, he had an ice skating accident, which shattered his right leg and hip. And through medical mishaps, as well as viruses that sat in there, the bones just withered away. And he was told that by the time that he reaches the age of 40, that he would no longer be able to walk at all, that he would just be kind of useless in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And he was in chronic pain constantly. And he walked with a brace, as well as he had a shoe that was made 4 inches high. So his leg never grew. And so he had to walk around with this 4-inch high shoe so that he could at least walk around. And then he came across these principles, this way of thinking. And every day, what he decided, he committed to this, and this is what we're asking you to do during these 40 days. He committed to jump into a reality of being pain-free and having a normal leg. And it took some time. However, his leg grew 3.5 inches, which was, by the medical department, if you will, said it was virtually impossible. He was pain-free, and now the pain left him almost immediately. My friends, quantum jumping is shifting into another state from your present state. As the great metaphysician, Neville Goddard, are you familiar with Neville? He was a fantastic metaphysician, and he said, you can shift into another state, and that state then becomes your reality. So here's how it works. At every given moment, you have an infinite number of realities. Remember, all time and space is at the same time, but you have this infinite number of possibilities, if you will. I liken it to walking in and you see this buffet. It's got all these different kinds of foods, right? And you get to pick which one you want to experience. It's kind of like that. And so at every given moment, you're choosing a possibility. I'm going to give you a simple example. Let's say that you had a terrible night's sleep, And you wake up and you have choices, right? You have many choices, but let's just go with the two. This is, you can go, this is going to be a real sucky day, long, sucky day. And you have already projected yourself at the end of the day, right? How many of you ever done that before? You've had a bad night's sleep. Yeah, we've got, oh, my friend Carl's here. Hi, Carl. He lifted his hand. Yeah, he's had it. I've had it where and then we do this automatically. We project ourselves throughout the day, at night. I've had just a sucky day. And then what happens? Everybody gets the memo. Right? They treat you badly. You know, your tire is flat. You know, whatever. Things happen. And so you've already quantum leaped to how your life is going to be. You've chosen your reality. So this is what neuroscientists have found, is that when a person jumps into another version, when they say, you know what, it's okay. A little amount of sleep, well, I got it. It was perfect. I got the rest that I needed. I feel refreshed. I feel renewed. I'm going forward with zeal and enthusiasm. And what they have found, these neuroscientists, is that they would give these people cognitive tests, physical tests, and they tested better than if they got a 12-hour sleep, a really good 12-hour sleep. So what this says is that it's all a part of where you're choosing to put your reality, your state of being. You see, the possibilities of the universe far more exceeds what is a perceived limitation. So you might have a perceived limitation, but you've got a ton of possibilities that far exceed it. And you tune into them by bringing, this is how you do it. You bring in your fullness of being into your end result, right? So you find an end result. Your end result, let's say you didn't get enough sleep last night, but your end result is that, oh my gosh, this is a fantastic day. This day was satisfying. This day was everything I could have ever dreamed of. You get into a state, you embody that. In the 1980s, a dear friend of mine, he found himself homeless. No home, no money, begging off the streets. And until somehow he came across a cassette tape. Anyone remember cassette tapes in here? Of Tony Robbins. And he learned that it's all about state. Tony Robbins talks about state, a state of being. And so my friend, he would wake up and his state of being was poor. Poor me. Poor me, I don't have enough food. Poor me. And every morning, that's what he decided, until he got a hold of this way of being from that cassette tape. And every morning, then, he decided he would shift his state into being healthy, wealthy, and happy. And every day, he embodied it. And before long, he got a job that led him to owning his own company, and now he's very wealthy, he has a great family, and he has this great sense of well-being. He's just a great person to be around because he knows that shifting your state, your reality, is everything, my friends. Shifting your vibration, your frequency, is everything. And so he took himself to the version he wanted to be. My friends, you will always experience the reality that is equal to your vibration. And as you tune into the version of who you want to be, how you do that is that you immerse yourself into that fullness of being. And as you look at that version, how are they carrying themselves? Are they like this? Or are they like this? See that what state they are in, embody that state. What kind of health do they have? Embody that body. The purpose is for you to bring back the vibrational essence of the version that you want in this current life. Remember, the universe matches every vibration. If you're poor, universe is saying yes. If you bring in the vibration of, you know what, I am good, the universe is saying yes. It's saying yes. So for your homework, I want to give you some homework this week. That's part of the 40 days, by the way. You'll get homework, and next week I'm going to go into this a little deeper with real notes and quotes and all that stuff. I want you to look up on YouTube a gentleman by the name of Burt Goldman. Burt Goldman. He is a gentleman that I think you will find fascinating. He died at the age of 94, but at the age of 80, he came across this teaching of quantum jumping, and he decided, I want to learn to play the piano. And he knew that in the infinite amount of possibilities, there was a version of him that knew how to play the piano, and he would tune into that every day. And he learned to play the piano flawlessly without one lesson. He also wanted to be an artist, tuned into that version of him that wanted to be an artist, or that was an artist, became an artist. His paintings, by the way, are selling for thousands, if not even more. He also wanted to be an author. So he tuned into that version of himself that was the author. And he authored 8 books. My friends, living on planet Earth does not mean living in limitation. It is infinite with possibilities. So that's your homework number 1. Homework number 2, I want you every morning to quantum jump. And what that means is that, and we're going to start simple. Next week we'll get a little deeper. But what that means is that I want you to wake up in the morning, keep the end result in mind of how you want your day to end. And it could be, oh my gosh, I got that sale. Oh my gosh, I got unexpected income. Oh my gosh, whatever that is, but pump yourself up. Just bring in your pure essence of being into that version of who you want to be. And then at night, start it all over again. And I want you to quantum jump into having a most fantastic night's sleep. The kind of sleep that you sleep through the night, nothing wakes you up. You wake up, you're so refreshed, you feel so good. So, homework number 1, Burt Goldman on YouTube. Number 2 is I want you to in the morning, see yourself, see a quantum jump throughout your day, like, oh, this is a fantastic day. And then at night, having a great night's sleep. And so with that, my friends, happy quantum jumping. God bless you. Hello again. All right. Well, this is the time in our service where we take up our tithes and offerings. I'm going to ask our ushers to come forward. And for those of you that are online, we have many ways for you to donate. You can go to our website. There's a number of ways. All you have to do is go to unitysb.org, click on Give, and there's many ways to give there. I know some of you already do that. And for those of you that are giving here in person, let us just take a moment to bless our gifts in our own way by saying our unity prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I share. Just take a moment, if you will. Just insert a blessing of your own in your gift. And so, dear God, I ask at this time that as each person gives from a heart of kindness and generosity. May it come back to them 1,000-fold and even more in return. And we are so grateful for these gifts as we are good stewards with these gifts as we move forward for the highest good of all concerned. And for this, we are grateful. And so it is. Amen.
Am I strong enough to bear the burden that sometimes comes living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing in the fork of the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I can do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the strength and the courage to do the things I need to do on my own? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone and there's nothing I can do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. Yeah, I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. Whoa, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa, whoa, yeah, 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 yeah. Repeat after me. I am the place. I am the place. I am the place. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you are the place. You are the place. You are the place. Yeah. Oh, we are the place. We are the place. We are the place. Oh, come on, y'all. One more round. Come on. Hey. The place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. Yeah! God bless you. Namaste. God bless you.
Oh, wow. I am feeling churched up. I am. All right. Well, we do have some last-minute announcements. And I want to just invite all of you to come. Oh, wait, hold on. No, back. Well, actually, I want to invite you to this too. Myself and a foundation that I also serve on is called the Unity Alhambra Foundation. We have money every year that we give out to Unity churches. And so that's part of what I like to do, is give out money. One of the things that we're very proud to do this year is that we're going to be taking people back to Unity Village. And we would like to invite you to be a part of that. Next week, I'll have more information on that at the welcome table. But right now, I just wanted to put that in your brains because this is part of our history. This is who we are. And we want to take you back to learn about who we are, where we came from, our history, and it's going to be a spectacular time. So mark your calendars. That's September the 11th through the 16th. We'll be back there during the World Day of Prayer, which is fantastic. It'll be great to be a part of that. So that's part of what we're doing. And then, Stephen, I'm gonna follow along with whatever you tell me to say. So. Oh, so our darling Connie Brown. Connie, will you just stand for a moment? This is Connie. We love Connie. She's part of our workshops, Aging, Reality, or Myth. And today we're going to be watching a film called Forks Over Knives. And it's not that long. And then you're going to be talking the rest of the time, educating us on some of these things. Love it. So it's from 12 to about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. We will have, I believe we have lunch available for those that want to be a part of that workshop. Peggy, do we have lunch available for those that want to be a part of the workshop? No, never mind. You're just going to have to starve through it, but then we can quantum jump into a whole different reality, my friends. All right. New Members Sunday. This is something that's true to my heart. I love talking about, I'm just going to follow Stephen, whatever he puts up there. Spiritual Mastermind Group. For those of you that would like to be a part of the mastermind, a mastermind group, this is with Reverend Michelle Hubbard, Thursday evenings from 6 to 8. It is a fantastic way to be involved with like-minded people, for them to help you quantum jump into the version that you want to be. Believe me, today I asked our prayer group, I said, I don't have my notes. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. And they held the space for me. It makes a huge difference when people are with you in prayer that way. So be a part of the mastermind group. We also have our membership class. This is, as I said before, it's true to my heart. And the reason being is we talk about the history of unity. We talk about the history, we're going to be talking about the history of this place, how Unity of Santa Barbara got started. And because we don't want people to forget. It's easy to come in and not know and forget. We got to pass this down to others. And so we're going to learn about that, as well as the principles of unity, the 5 principles of unity. March the 1st, we have Jack Canfield coming in Wednesday at 7 o'clock. We're very excited about that. And you can sign up at the welcome table. We also mark your calendars for this coming Wednesday, February the 22nd, from 1 to 3. We have estate planning with Nola. Nola, where are you, my darling? There you are. She is a fantastic teacher on estate planning, and we're grateful for your service. Thank you for doing this with us. Also on February the 26th from 9:15 to 9:45, I met Mahib last Sunday. Is Mahib here? No. Talk about a beautiful heart, my goodness. And he's going to be teaching mindfulness meditation on February the 26th from 9:15, or not teaching, he's going to lead. So that's going to be 9:15 through 9:45. Beautiful. That'll be in the chapel. Also, March the 5th, Namita. She's going to be cooking Indian food in the courtyard with music to dine by. And I believe you can buy your tickets out by the welcome table. Perfect. Good, good, good. And then, of course, we have our Unity Outreach that launches our trip to Guatemala to be of service to those there. And so for more information to sign up, please go to our welcome table as well. Good. All right. That's it for our announcements. And with that, my friends, let us now stand and sing our peace song. And join me in the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Amen.